There is no denying that in these trying times, money has become as important as the food we eat. This is the reality of the present times, amid the looming economic recession, global inflation rates, and appalling surge in unemployment rates in several regions across the planet. So, even if you have enough of it, or trying to raise some, money has to be respected. This is because the rules of money are so sacred that if they are strictly adhered to, the impoverished could become wealthy and the rich might continue to amass wealth. Unfortunately, if these same rules are not followed properly, it might make both the affluent and the poor even poorer. We all know how one of the most explosive and powerful boxer, Mike Tyson, who at the height of his career had a net worth of over $300 million, lost most of his wealth and went bankrupt due to mismanagement and squandering of his money, as he himself said. But don't panic, because we don't want you to go broke. We have compiled a list of tips that could keep you safe. So if you want to stay rich or avoid going broke, join us in our video today as we take the time to explore 10 money mistakes to avoid at all costs. Be kind to leave a comment, give the video a like, and subscribe to the channel for more insightful business videos. Throughout lifetimes, millions of individuals struggle with money because they live above their means. Hence, creating a sound strategy to secure your financial future is simply one aspect of getting your budget under control. It may be psychologically liberating to have extra cash at the end of the month to put towards savings or pay off debt. Cutting back on eating out excessively, impulsive shopping, or other forms of leisure may curtail excessive spending. If you can master limiting impulse purchases, you might be able to save some money at the end of the month to put toward long-term financial goals. But if you're having trouble sticking to your spending plan and have already done everything you can to cut back, it might be imperative to consider more comprehensive options. For instance, you might be able to modify the conditions of your monthly loan payments with your lenders or renegotiate the terms of some services like cable and internet. The problem with the "I'll get to it soon" attitude is that by the time you do decide to tackle it, you may have missed out on some financial management opportunities or made things more difficult for yourself. Whenever it comes to time-sensitive tasks like retirement planning or debt repayment, putting off your financial responsibilities just makes your to-do list grow longer and longer. In the long run, this might result in you spending more money. Breaking out your money into smaller, manageable chunks might help you avoid procrastinating. Your finances don't have to be in order immediately, but putting off your to-do list won't make it go away either. To keep tabs on your finances and complete crucial tasks, try setting aside some time once a week or even once a month. When you have a lot of debt, it can be challenging to save, especially if you are losing money each month due to high interest rates. It might be challenging to prioritize if you have several bills that demand your attention. Start by repaying your debt with the highest interest rate first, which is frequently a credit card account, to start climbing out of debt. If you have the money on hand, settle any non-deductible debts. Say, for instance, that you had $5,000 in savings generating just 2% interest. Your credit card obligations would be far better served by using that money to pay them off. Accumulating credit card debt is one of the most frequent financial pitfalls, particularly for people who are just starting adulthood. Although a credit card may be an effective tool for establishing your credit history, a high credit limit may tempt you to spend beyond your means. The fact that the minimum payment often just covers interest is often overlooked. While many people have debt from college loans or car loans, financial stress is greatly increased when credit card debt is added on top of other debt. Using credit cards responsibly can have a lot of advantages, but you should try to stay out of debt. If you already have large credit card amounts, it's still possible to get out of debt. To reduce such debt, think about using a personal loan or a credit card with a low balance transfer interest rate. Then, to raise your credit score, Locate a card that you can use for regular purchases and that has a good rewards program and a fair interest rate. A higher number of people don't have enough money in savings to cover unforeseen costs, like an emergency auto repair or a hefty hospital bill. A good score of individuals lack a safety net, and a single tragedy can have a devastating impact on their financial situation. Generally speaking, it is wise to have enough money set aside to cover expenses for between 3 to 6 months. Now, here's a tip. To save, aim for 10% of your net income as a general guideline. If your monthly costs make it seem hard to pay so much, consider starting with 5% and gradually increasing it by 1% each month until you reach the 10% mark. Many people make do with what their parents taught them and what they pick up along the way because the majority of public schools give very little instruction in personal finance. It's simple to assume you have everything under control, but by becoming more knowledgeable about financial literacy and best practices, you may steer clear of numerous costly blunders and find your way to financial security. We're so happy you're here and making the effort to learn since you're already doing it by viewing this video. The good news is that there have never been more cost-free alternatives to becoming an expert in finances. The greatest method to prevent financial blunders is to educate yourself, whether you choose to read blogs, watch videos, or listen to podcasts. The worst financial decision you can make is not investing your money, because the best approach to achieving long-term financial objectives is to have a sensible investment plan that makes use of tax-advantaged programs like an individual retirement account in addition to your paycheck. Take advantage of opportunities to diversify your investment portfolio by taking part in initiatives like peer-to-peer lending. The sooner you start investing, the better off you'll be in the long run. It's never too late to put in place an investing plan that satisfies your long-term financial objectives. Your goals and timeline can be used to design a plan that balances risk and return with the assistance of a knowledgeable financial advisor. Nobody likes to contemplate their mortality. Even so, do not allow it to compel you to make the error of failing to prepare for your loved one's protection in the circumstance of an unforeseen event. In 2021, funeral expenses were from $7,500 to $12,000 on average. Thanks to life insurance, your family will be better able to manage expenses should you pass away, and will have the resources they need to get through a difficult time in the wake of your passing. For individuals with excellent health, life insurance is frequently affordable, and the peace of mind it provides is immeasurable. One of the wisest decisions you can make is to ensure that your loved ones have the means to prosper after your passing. It is vital to have a budget ahead, as well as enough money set aside each month into a separate account so that you have the cash on hand to pay your rent when it is due. You don't need to apply for a loan and pay interest on the repayments, making your rent even more costly than the amount stated in your lease. For instance, when the UAE real estate market was at its height, many landlords required rent to be paid in advance with a single check, leading many tenants to take out exorbitant personal loans to cover their living costs. However, as the market softens, more and more landlords are increasingly accepting several checks, eliminating the need for a loan. Not creating a budget or financial plan is a typical financial error. Your financial plan serves as a guide for achieving your financial objectives. It's about establishing specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals, as well as an investment and savings strategy to get you there. For a good start, meeting with a financial planner is frequently advised. Your monthly revenue allocation is determined by your budget. A good budget helps you make sure you're covering your expenses, staying within your means, and allocating money for your goals, paying off debt, and future investments. The 50-30-20 rule is a good general guideline to follow when creating a budget, according to which 50% of the available funds should be set aside for needs, such as housing, transportation, and healthcare, among other things, while 20% is dedicated to savings, debt repayment, and investments. The remaining 30% is reserved for personal desires and indulgences. Flexibility is crucial, depending on your available money, your financial objectives, and your work level. You'll be better off in the long run if you can easily set aside more than 20% of your salary for investments and savings. If you enjoyed this video, watch also the next one on your screen, which looks at 30 business ideas that will make you an instant millionaire in Africa. Be sure to leave a comment to let us know what you think, give the video a like, and subscribe to the channel for more insightful videos.